Today I'm reviewing the CyberPowerPC Gamer Xtreme VR gaming PC with an Intel Core i5-14400F, RTX 5060T 8GB, 16GB of DDR5 RAM, and a 2TB PCIe 4.0 SSD. If you want to check current pricing or availability, that's linked below. I've been using this as my main desktop for a mix of gaming, creative work, and daily tasks, with background apps running regularly. This isn't a spec sheet summary, it's based on how it feels to use over time. Let's start with a realistic expectation. This isn't a high-end enthusiast machine. It isn't built for pushing maxed-out settings at 4K with ray tracing turned all the way up. Instead, it's aimed at solid performance for mainstream gaming and everyday use. In normal desktop tasks, web browsing, document editing, streaming video, and multitasking, the Core i5-14400F feels responsive. Switching between apps and juggling browser tabs alongside utilities didn't feel sluggish. For general productivity, this system keeps up without hesitation. Gaming at 1080p is where it fits best. With the RTX 5060T paired with the mid-range CPU, I saw smooth, playable frame rates and competitive in most AAA titles at medium to high settings. Games like Fortnite, Valorant, and Apex Legends were comfortable to play with good frame pacing. Heavier AAA games ran well with reasonable settings adjustments. You're not chasing ultra, but you're not sacrificing stability either. If you push into 1440p, you'll still get respectable performance, but it becomes more about balancing visual quality with consistent frame rates. That's normal for this class of GPU. It's not tuned for native high-resolution dominance, but it scales reasonably when you slightly tweak settings. Thermals are controlled in typical use. During longer gaming sessions, the system warmed up predictably, and the fans responded in a steady, not intrusive way. You can hear them under load, but they remain a steady hum rather than a sharp spike. In lighter tasks, the desktop stays noticeably quieter. The 16GB of DDR5 memory feels practical for most gaming and multitasking scenarios today. In the time I've used it, I didn't hit memory limits during gaming plus background apps. That said, power users or creators handling large datasets may find 16GB to be more of a baseline than future-proof capacity. Storage at 2TB PCIe 4.0 SSD is a definite positive here. Load times were fast, installations were smooth, and there's space for a sizable game library without juggling drives. For many buyers, this removes a common pain point early on. Build quality feels typical of mid-range pre-built desktops, solid enough without feeling premium. Wi-Fi ready out of the box makes setup straightforward, and you don't immediately need additional adapters. Now the straightforward limitations. This isn't a compact system, and noise under load isn't whisper quiet. It sits on your desk or floor with presence, and if silent operation is essential, you'll feel that difference. Also, in a pure performance per dollar comparison against self-built PCs, you can often achieve slightly higher raw frame rates for the same money if you're comfortable assembling parts yourself. That's not a knock on the machine, it's just the reality of the pre-built market. Compared to similarly priced systems, this leans into balanced performance rather than peak benchmarking. That's the trade-off you get for turnkey convenience. Who this makes sense for: you want solid 1080p gaming without constant tweaking, you value responsive everyday use and multitasking, you want plenty of storage built in, you prefer a ready-to-use system without building yourself. It's less compelling if your focus is maximum possible performance at higher resolutions, or if you care most about a small footprint or near-silent operation. In real use, this desktop felt reliable and capable where most people actually use it. It doesn't chase exaggerated claims, it simply performs in ways that match practical expectations. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.